And I had an experience where I was in my mother's town, and I've told this before. I was in my mother's town, and I always walked the same street. Like I would just walk down the same from the grocery store down the street, turn, this, and there were other parts of her small town, but I'd never seen them. And one day I got the thought, I wonder if the rest of this town actually exists. I mean, I don't know. I've only seen this street. I don't know if any other streets actually exist. So I just decided at random, I'm just going to turn left. And I just went two streets over and I went to that street and it was dead silent. Nothing was going on. And then I just stood there and I waited. It took 10 seconds. People came out of every door. Dogs started running around. It was like a scene had just been made to try to justify that this street actually exists, right? For me. But it kind of broke my mind. I was literally in a semi-broken state from this because it was like, holy crap, it's all fake. The whole world is fake. And I sent this message to my Korean monk, and he didn't respond. He didn't speak a lot of English. One of the students responded and just said, "Mr. Park thinks you're going crazy, and he thinks it's quite funny. He thinks you should just go golfing for a couple of days and just kind of wait a bit and then think about it after you've gone golfing." So first, okay, I'm going crazy. He acknowledges that, but he thinks it's funny, so it's not a problem. So he said he's basically saying ground, which in my case at that time was go golfing. So ground yourself for a few days, which I did, and then the kind of crazy part of it left me, and then I was able to just be in a much more functioning, aware, logical awareness of what I had just experienced, and been able to begin placing it into some kind of useful container. So that's, I think, a story that can also remind you that something like that, a period of grounding after that is always useful so you don't spin into what we had just been talking about earlier.